Hello there guys, it is Tico here bringing you guys another video, Yugioh The Duelists of the Roses. And this is actually a video somewhat of a response to a lot of people that were making comments on my older videos and some of the recent ones, about some of the decks that you can make in this game. And this video is mainly about a cheat deck, and what I'm talking about a cheat deck is a deck that uses a card known as Ryuroku. Now, before I actually begin covering the actual deck, I want to explain something about this game which probably not everyone knows. In this game there are 45 cards that are unobtainable, 100% unobtainable. That means you cannot get them at all as an actual card. You can get them in your library by taking it from the opponent's graveyard with a Monster Reborn, or getting it through getting into a Destiny draw, for example. Or ritual summoning, for example. You can ritual summon a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, while you cannot own the card. Via ritual summoning the Ultimate Dragon, you can actually get it in your library. So you can complete the library 100%, but there are 45 cards in this game that cannot be obtained at all. Ryuroku is one of those cards. The reason I have this card is because I used a Code Breaker way back in the day, and I actually got access to this card through that, even though I already had it in my library. So there are 45 cards you cannot get, and this is one of those 45 cards that cannot be obtained via any other way besides with a Code Breaker or Game Shark or a hack of such that gives you access to one of those 45 cards. So being that, a lot of people comment on the videos sometimes and they wonder, oh, where do you get these cards? Like, oh, you must be cheating, if you have all these cards. I mean, let's think about this for a second, and I guess I'm going to continue on after I explain pretty much what the whole deck is about. And if you haven't seen my very first video that I ever made on this channel, I will actually put a link of it to the top right corner of the video, where actually you can just click more info and you will actually see it pop up. It was a video called First Turn Kill. It's the first video I ever made in this channel. It has just a video that we'll see my original channel that I transferred over here when my channel started getting strikes. My original channel back in 2008, 2009. So it's a long time ago. Very, very old video. But that video will be there, so you guys can check it out. And let's get on with the deck profile. So we got Yugioh the Forbidden One as the deck leader, 3 Curse Breakers, 3 Fiend Reflection number 2. Pretty much the effect is you flip it up and you get to redraw your hand again. We also got 3 Monster Reborn, that is to bring back the Fiend Reflection number 2. 3 Mimicat to also bring back the Fiend Reflection number 2. 3 Muyankuri, 3 Sparks, 3 Hinatama, 3 Tremendous Fire to inflict 1,000 points of damage to the opponent's life points. 3 Months Recovery, 3 Cover Haunted, 3 Solomon's Lawbook to do the same thing as Fiend's Reflection number 2. Pretty much just redraw a new hand again. And then we got 3/7 completed, 3 Ryuroku. We equip it to a monster. We take half of the opponent's remaining life points and add it to that monster's attack. And then we got 1 Cocoon of Evolution to finish it out. So pretty much the whole deck is Ryuroku, Solomon's Lawbook, Tremendous Fire, Mimicat, Monster Reborn, and Fiend Reflection number 2. Every other card in here is a spell or trap. It can be a spell or trap that just fills the void. So the total deck cost right now is 1,094. It's pretty much the lowest you can make in this game for this specific deck without it compromising how the deck works. The whole point of the deck is to win first turn, and the only way to make this deck is to have Ryuroku. So the only way to make it is to have a Code Breaker or Game Shark to where you can get this card. So let's get on with a couple duels. We got 1,094 deck cost. So that means we can play a variety of people. Let's go ahead and play the Labyrinth Ruler. I think Labyrinth Ruler, he's too high. He's too high. 1,027. It's too much. Let's do Pegasus. Let's do Pegasus right now. Pegasus is always a great opponent to play against. A lot of people dislike him. So some of the things that people always comment on in my videos, especially in the past, like the past videos, is the fact that I'm using a lot of cards and they think like the cards are unobtainable. And that's why at the very beginning of the video I said there are 45 cards that are unobtainable. And I know this because I got every single card and I had to use a Code Breaker to get the other 45 cards, the actual copy of the card, so I could actually play with it. And I know exactly how to get every single card. So, there's just that. But pretty much, what it is that people, for example, they wonder about how you can get cards from password. Like Mirror Wall, for example, people think you got a cheat to get that card, but we all know, if you've played this game a lot, anybody watching this, the Mirror Wall comes with one of the passwords that you can get whenever you get the game. Slate Warrior, there's a bunch of cards that just come with passwords that actually came with the original game that just put in the password. Like I said, cards like Mirror Wall and Slate Warrior, you can just get automatically right away. Now, if you want to get more than one copy of those cards, you got to trade them back and forth, and that is winning them. That's via creating 2 memory cards that are exactly identical copies and creating a third that is different from the other 2 as a bridge to bridge the gap, because you cannot trade between memory cards that are similar. So you trade from a memory card that is the main memory card, the copy memory card. You trade to the one that's completely different, and then from the different, you trade to the one where you want to keep your extra copies of the cards. And you just keep repeating the process over and over and over again. So a lot of people probably know this, but that's the only way where you can get 3 copies of certain cards. Like Mirror Wall, you can only get 3 copies of that card by doing that. Even though you can only get 1 through the password, because you cannot input the password more than 1 time. You can get 3 copies of the card by multiplying it via the 3 memory card trick, where you can create copies of cards you already own. Only cards you already own. You have to own a card first before you can create copies of it via using 3 memory cards and trading. So I will continue on with that explanation, but now let's get on to action. The action. Okay, so the whole point of this deck is to get Fiend Reflection number 2 in our hand. So right now we have all spells. Most of the deck is spells. So we're going to dump everything except Ryuroku. To win with this deck, you gotta have 2 Ryuroku, 1 Tremendous Fire, and Fiend Reflection number 2 on the field. That is all you need to do to win with this deck. So we are going to dump all of these. We cannot dump Ryuroku because we need it to win. So we're gonna keep the Solomon's Law Book. We're gonna activate it. This is going to ensure that we get a whole new hand. So we're gonna draw an additional 4 cards because we already got 1 in our hands. Alright, we got it here. Now, the deck doesn't always work turn 1, but it should most of the time, at least 50% of the time. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to activate Mimicat and get back the Solomon's Law Book. So Solomon's Law Book comes back, and since Solomon's Law Book is a spell, I cannot activate it the same turn I bring it back. So I have to end my turn this time. So the deck only works 50% of the time I win in turn 1. But 50% of the time you will win turn 1. So let's actually get this thing started. So we have, let's see here, we got these 2. Let's dump everything and keep the Monster Reborn on the field. We got 2 Ryurokus in our hand right now. 2 Ryurokus. So we need a Tremendous Fire and a Fiend Reflection number 2. Next up, we're going to activate the Solomon's Law Book. It's going to allow us to draw an additional 3 cards to make our hand 5 again. And if one of the 3 cards is Fiend Reflection number 2, it'll pretty much be over. And actually, we don't have anything. That is very surprising. 2 turns. So here I'm talking about winning right away. I guess I just gotta end it now. So it's been 2 turns now. So going on with what I was saying, people think a lot of the time that if you have more than 1 copy of the card, you cheated somehow to get it. But everybody knows, especially the people that played this game or Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, or even Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum, that if you have 3 memory cards, you can create unlimited copies of any card you already own. But first, you have to own a copy of the card. So, it's not a secret. So, it's a shame that people think you gotta cheat to do that. And I think we already won, guys. So it took 3 turns this time, but pretty much this is the way it's gotta be done. We got a Fiend Reflection number 2. Fiend Reflection number 2. You gotta put it, if it's already on the field, that's fine. If it's already on the field, you just want to put the Ryurokus on them, and then last you want to put the Tremendous Fire. So what we're going to do is put Fiend Reflection number 2 first, the 2 Ryurokus, 2 and 3, and then we're gonna do the Tremendous Fire last. So that's what we're gonna do. Actually, let's dump everything at the same time, just so we can get rid of this. So let's do this. Ryuroku, both of them right after Fiend Reflection number 2, and Tremendous Fire last. So Tremendous Fire is going to destroy the Fiend Reflection number 2, but after the 2 Ryurokus activate. So dump, takes 2,000 from the opponent, takes another 1,000 from the opponent, and then dumps it. And then we activate Tremendous Fire. Tremendous Fire inflicts 1,000 damage, and we win right away. That's it. And I guess it is just cheesy, to play with a deck like this. But it's one of those decks that you can just have fun with because you already beat pretty much everything about the whole game. So it's like, why not have some fun? And that's ideally what I did, when I completely beat everything and I had everything you could possibly get. I decided to do this, and just do this to be able to just have some fun myself. So actually, let's play against Mana Without Fat Bleed, the white one. He also has a burn deck. But for example, there's another card. There's another card called Arsenal Bug. Arsenal Bug is a card that you can own, one of the 45 cards you cannot obtain, and it's an insect monster that has 2000 attack, 2000 defense, to 3-star. When it gets flipped face up on the field, it gains 1500 attack and defense if you have like a insect deck leader, I think. And anytime it battles, it turns the spaces where it battles into forests. So it's essentially a 4000 attack point insect card. And the only way to actually get that card into your library if you don't use a cheat code is by having a destiny draw while using an insect deck. If you're using an insect deck and your insect deck leader is a certain rank and you're in a tight spot, sometimes you'll get a destiny draw. Remember, you gotta have an insect deck leader with a decently high deck leader rank. And sometimes you'll get a destiny draw where it gives you Arsenal Bug, and then you'll get Arsenal Bug and you will actually get it into your library. But of course, the only way to actually get Arsenal Bug, the only way to actually get Arsenal Bug into your actual deck is to use a cheat code, because the cheat code is the only way, like a Code Breaker or Game Shark. It's pretty much the only way to actually get the actual copy of the card. So yeah. So when we get a Fiend Reflection number 2 in our hands, we want to actually get it on the field right away as soon as we can. One of the things we want to do is dump it to the graveyard if possible. So what I'm doing right now is I'm dumping it, and getting Solomon's Law Book. Solomon's Law Book is going to make our hand 5 again. So it's still turn 1. We might actually get lucky this time. So we got another Solomon's Law Book in our hand. We already got Fiend Reflection number 2 on the field. We got Tremendous Fire. So let's dump all of this. We got 1 Tremendous Fire in our hand. And we got Fiend Reflection number 2 in the graveyard. Let's play another Solomon's Law Book. Get our hand back up to 5. By the way, hopefully my dog doesn't start barking. I don't know if it'll pop up in this, but it shouldn't. But let's see here. Ooh. I don't want to do this. I'm missing a Mimicat or a Monster Reborn right now. So I'm going to dump these 3 because I don't need them. I'm going to dump these 3. I was hoping for a Mimicat or a Monster Reborn. You need one of those to be able to bring back the Fiend Reflection number 2 from the grave. So we got Call Haunted here. Let's get rid of it. Wow, we still don't have one. Well, that's 2 times. 2 out of 2. I haven't been able to win turn 1. Wow, that's amazing. It's just that the draws just haven't been happening. Just bad luck, I guess. Okay, come on, Mimicat or Monster Reborn. I got 6 copies in the deck. Come on, let me draw 1. Yes, here we go. Okay, so we got a Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn brings back the Fiend Reflection number 2. Now, you might think that because I already activated a card from my hand, I can't do anything else. But because Fiend Reflection number 2 allows me to redraw a hand again, I'm able to play another hand. So, there we go. I always play the 2 Rirokus, and then Tremendous Fire, 2000, 1000, Tremendous Fire for the last 1000 life points. Wow, so these 2 duels have taken 3 turns to win. But I guess going on with the discussion, I guess I'm trying to explain, so because some people think you got a cheat to do everything in this game, and you really don't. Like I said, all but 45 cards in this game are obtainable. All but 45 cards in this game are obtainable without a cheat code. Mostly, it's just that people don't know how to get them, and whenever people get to that point where they have the 45 cards and they're missing them, for example, when I showed my old library video, which I will actually provide a link to as well, you can actually see it in the top right corner, and you just click the more info link. You can actually realize that people might be skeptical. Wow, how the hell did he get all these cards in his deck? And in the library, and there's a way to do it. You just gotta know how to do it. Like I said, every single card, reincarnation. Then some cards gotta be obtained via the Find Hidden Card ability. I don't know if some of you guys knew this, but for example, most of the immortal monsters, which my next video will actually be immortal monsters, by the way. Most of the immortal monsters can be obtained. Most of the immortal monsters can be obtained via defined hidden card ability. Pretty much when your deck leader reaches a certain rank, your deck leader is able to find hidden cards in the field. Every single player, every single opponent in this game has one hidden card, and when you find that hidden card, pretty much what it does is you find it. Oh wow, what is this? Oh, you're gonna take my Solomon's Law Book away? Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. But pretty much what it allows you to is find a hidden card in every opponent. Every opponent in this game has one hidden card, and once you find it, you cannot get it again. So it pretty much allows you to get one copy of a card that cannot be obtained any other way in the game, except via hidden card ability. So you obtain the hidden card. Man, another one that I can't win turn 1. That's terrible. That's bad luck. But that's pretty much what it is, you know. You find a hidden card, you get one copy of it. Some of the cards, you can obtain them by winning against yourself and in a duel. Like if you go to like your custom duel, you face yourself and you're facing your own deck. Some of the cards you will be able to obtain copies of by just getting more copies of them in the library, in the slots machine after you win the duel. But a lot of them you can't, and that's where the 3-card duplication trick comes in, you know. So I guess all I'm trying to say is there's always a way. It's just that people don't know what way that is. So I guess that's all I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain there is always a way. You just gotta know what way that is. Hopefully I get another Ryuroku. I guess another thing that I want to explain, for example, it's the same thing with the Blue Eyes White Dragon, for example. The Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. You cannot obtain the 4,500 attack Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, but if you do, you know, an actual summon via ritual summon of the dragon, you can actually get it in your library. So all cards can be obtained in the library legit. It's just that you gotta know how to do it. All right, let's see. There we go. That's Ryuroku. All right, so these 3 duels have each taken 3 turns to win. That is just terrible. That is just terrible, guys. Here I'm trying to show you guys how to win turn 1, and it just doesn't happen. I'm getting like bad draws. I don't get it. But I guess it's all this explaining that I'm doing. It's good that I'm doing all this explaining, you know, and the duels are taking a little bit longer than normal because I get to explain all these things. But tell me, guys, about this. I'm gonna ask you guys this question: what do you think of actually using, for example, the passwords that the game gives you at the very beginning? You know, because the passwords at the very beginning to get a Mirror Wall, Slate Warrior, those passwords that you can actually input in game that actually gives you certain cards. Do you think using those passwords is cheating, for example? Do you think that using the 3 memory card duplication trick for cards you already own is cheating? If you got a Mirror Wall, you got through a password, correct? And let's say that is okay to do, and then you already own the card. Why not create multiple copies of it, right? I mean, what's stopping you from doing that? You know, it's a wrong to create multiple copies of the card. You know, it's a cheating to make multiple copies of cards you already own, especially if they're cards that you can only obtain 1 copy of in the game. Period. How are you going to make a deck around those cards if you force yourself to only keep 1 copy of that card? I guess I'm trying to play devil's advocate right now. But you know, that's just me. Oh my god, my dogs are using barking or something. Alright, let's actually get back to Fiend Reflection number 2. And I think this will be the last duel, you know. I think I pretty much mentioned everything I had to explain about all of that. About the cheating thing and everything. You know, I just wanted to pretty much explain how you can get all these cards and everything in the game. So if you have any questions, guys, you just let me know in the comments below. I would be more than happy to oblige. You know, I would be more than happy to oblige. And, you know, give you guys all the info you need about getting the cards in this game. You know, if you have any questions, let me know, because I pretty much know everything there is to do about this game. Okay, so let's draw another hand. Oops. We got a Fiend Reflection number 2 in our hands, so we still don't have the 2 Ryurokus and Tremendous Fire. I'm just like going through my deck and I'm not getting anything. What the heck is going on? It's still turn 1, by the way. This is just funny. This is funny. Let's do the effect again. By the way, one thing, if you get multiple Fiend of Reflection number 2s in your opening hand, dump them all at the same time. Do not keep one in your hand. Dump them all. Because as you can see, once you summon something, you'll be locked and you won't be able to play it. So you don't want that to happen. So if you have multiples of them in your hand, dump them all. You don't want to draw into them because then you will be stuck with them in your hand and you will not be able to draw extra cards, the extra cards you want. So that's just some tricks I'm teaching you guys with this deck. So if you have a Game Shark or a Code Breaker or some kind of hack for the game where you can actually get the 45 cards and you can make this deck get Roku, do so. You will have some fun, or maybe not, because if you can win turn 1 almost every time, unless you have bad luck like I do for those last 3 duels, then maybe the game will become very boring for you. But see, here's what I'm saying. I just drew another one. Let's keep dumping. Let's keep dumping. Solomon's Lawbook. I got 19 cards left in my deck. Let's draw 3 more. Or 2 more. 2 more. 2 more. Come on. Give me that good luck power. Yes. Oh, look at this. Guys, I'm just cheesing it right now. I'm just cheesing it. Check this out. How many times have I brought back this thing? This is just incredible. Oh man, this is why it's so fun to play this game. You know, you get to play with all these different strategies. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to bring it back again. I'm missing 2 Rokus. If I can get 2 Rokus in my hand, if my next 2 draws can be 2 Rokus, I'll be so happy. Come on, come on, let's end this duel with a bang. Let's get that. Let's get that good good luck draw power. Okay. No, I didn't get it. Let's dump it. Dump it. So I'm gonna get 2 draws now. How many Monster Reborns and Mimikats have I already used? I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's bring back the Fiend of Reflection number 2 again. Oh my god, 2 more cards. 2 more cards. I'm on 2 Rirokus. 2 Rirokus. Because I doubt I'm gonna draw another Monster Reborn or Mimikat. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I got 1 Riroku. Oh man, that blows. That blows. I'm gonna have to wait to turn 3 again. I could have kept that Fiend of Reflection number 2 on the field, and then just played that. If I draw a Riroku right now, I could have played it on it, but it's just worthless to do right now. Cause here is where it gets tricky. I'm gonna draw another card next turn, so it's gonna be turn 3. Man, I just went through like pretty much 2/3 of my deck and I didn't draw that 2 Rirokus. That's terrible. I drew both copies of the Fiend of Reflection number 2. Oh my god, really? I don't need another one. I'm not going to dump the second Fiend of Reflection number 2. Simply because I don't know how many Monster Reborns and Mimikats I already have in my deck to bring it back again. Jesus, man. What is going on? Come on. Come on, where's that Riroku? I only got 9 cards left in my deck. Next turn I'll only have 2. Come on. Come on, game. Don't hate me. See, I'm cheesing it. I'm cheesing it right now. You know the sad part? If you're doing this strategy, wow, really? If you're doing this strategy, it is pretty much impossible, and I'm saying impossible. If your opponent plays a Magic Jammer at the very end, when you activate your Tremendous Fire, you might as well call it quits. Because the whole point of the deck is to dump everything except 1 Tremendous Fire, 2 Riroku, and then the 1 Fiend Reflection number 2. So if you dump everything, including 2 Tremendous Fires just to keep 1 in your hand, you might as well call it quits, because all the opponent needs to do is have a Magic Jammer. That's why it's important to win turn 1. Oh, there we go. We got the 2. Oh, I already have. I had a Solomon's Lawbook left. Okay, that's not bad. Let's put them all in there. 2,000, 1,000, 1,000 damage for the win. For the win. We did not end with a bang. I wanted to win turn 1 for going through 2 turns on my deck, but the game just did not want that to happen. But anyways, guys, leave me your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, like I said, about how to get cards in this game, or any of the 45 cards that are unobtainable, if you want to know which one of those cards are, if there's a card you're thinking about that you think might be one of the 45, let me know. I'll let you know whether it's obtainable or not. Off the top of my head, pretty much Arsenal Bug, Ryoroku, of course, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, you know, Meteor Black Dragon. Those cards are just not obtainable. Pretty much any ritual monster is not obtainable. So any ritual monster in this game, even Exodia, is not obtainable. You can actually get Exodia in your library, but you cannot actually get it as an actual card. You know, so that's the last card. If you haven't summoned Exodia, then you know you can't complete your library. But thank you all for watching. Like I said, leave me your comments below. I am going to go watch Deadpool, which just came out today, in about an hour and a half. So wish me luck. I heard great things about the movie, some great reviews, and I will catch you guys later. Adios.